everybody, this is Jeff with Reverb.com. I'm here today to talk a little bit about the legendary Joe Walsh and his lead guitar style. Joe Walsh, of course, great songwriter, vocalist, guitarist, slide guitar player, the legendary, James Gang tracks, the Eagles, the solo work. I mean, Joe is definitely a true legend. And I wanted to talk a little bit about his lead playing today and how his style is such a direct, powerful style and always serves the song. And deceivingly, some of Joe's style sounds like it's simple, but it's really difficult to capture the soul that he puts into each note. He doesn't waste any notes. Joe Walsh played a variety of guitars. He's probably best known in the James Gang when you see the old live footage for playing a Les Paul, but I know he recorded a lot with Telecasters. In the 70s, he used anything from 335s to Telecasters to Strats. Nowadays, you can see him playing a Duesenberg. So he's never really been set on one guitar. I brought a 2003 57 historic Les Paul to try and mimic Joe's sound a little bit, because a lot of these licks I'm taking from early 70s era. The first lick I'm doing, I took right from the song Turn to Stone. And we're just using a basic D minor pentatonic scale, but Joe makes it interesting with his feel and his vibrato and his approach, and it really, again, serves the song. So the lick is... And then he would tail that off with a variety. So for me, the challenge is I kind of have a naturally quick vibrato. So when I'm trying to mimic something Joe does, it really slows me down, and it looks easy, and it's really not. You really got to take your time, milk the note. And of course, he steps a little outside, not just pentatonic, but when he's adding this note here. Again, I got this lick, this idea from the song Turn to Stone, which is in D minor. So Joe his note selection, you can see it's coming from a D minor pentatonic, and then he's adding this note, which, depending how you look at it, that note could be, you'd find it a Mixolydian or a Dorian, but it gives it that minor flavor, that. So again, I'm right at the 13th fret, and it's all about the way he's bending it. So I'm playing 13th and just playing around with the pitch, going from a full bend to the regular note back to a full bend. And then he does that again and comes down the scale onto the G string, onto the 12th fret. And then the little tag here at the end, I'm going 10 on the B string, 10 on the E string, 13, 10 on the B string. Little run there, and then bending at the 13th on the high E, and then coming down to the 12th fret, and then 10th fret. And again, you listen to live versions of this song, that would be his main melody in Turn to Stone, and he'd always do something a little different afterwards, so it could vary. All right, another lick that I found in a Joe Walsh song, I don't remember which song, but probably something he does in a few different songs, but I put the lick here in a major context, in A major, and the lick is as follows. Again, it's got those deep bends that Joe's known for. So I'm in A major pentatonic, and I'm bending here at the 12th fret on the B string, and then grabbing the 12th fret on the E string. Now, I'm using my ring and pinky. You could also use your middle and ring. So whatever's more comfortable. And then you're bringing the bend down from 12 to 10 with a pull off. And then 12 on the B string, 11 on G, 10 on the B string. So. And you watch those old videos of Joe, or even current videos, when he's playing that kind of stuff, he's leaned over the guitar almost like he's putting his whole body into it. So that's the challenge of mimicking the Walsh vibrato. And then he tags that with I want to say more than a full bend, probably a full and a half. So up to that pitch from the 12th fret, back down to the 10th fret on the B string. So. All right, for this next lick, I'm going to stay in the key of A major. And this lick reminds me of something that would be so tempting to do fast, but you know, Joe takes the slow route, which again is not necessarily the easier route, but really, again, serves the song, depending on the song. But the lick is... And so many guitar players would be so tempted to go... Which is fine, but you know, in the Joe Walsh style, that would be more his. So what I'm doing here, the note selection, I'm seeing it as kind of like an A major pentatonic. So this would also work in F sharp minor pentatonic, basically the same pattern, but I'm bending at the 16th fret on the G string, not really putting much vibrato into that, just because I'm not on the bend very long. And then going up to the 14 on the E, 17 on the B, 14 on the B. And then I'm bending up from the same spot, 16, coming down and pulling off to 14. And then 16, 14 on the D string. For this last one, I've chosen probably a more famous Joe Walsh lick from Hotel California. You know, obviously that solo, him and Don Felder are trading off. And the solo's, you know, it's a classic solo all the way through, but one of my favorite lines in the solo is this one. So again, that would be in B minor. And I'm doing a real deep bend with my middle finger. I'm kind of sliding, you know, a good distance away and sliding into the 14th fret, probably from about the 9th, but being real, you know, I'm not really playing the note on the 9th, I'm just kind of starting from there and getting into the 14th fret. Joe does that a lot. He does those. He'll start from way down here on the neck and work his way into a slide. And then I'm going to 12 to 15. And this is all, you know, basically different minor pentatonic positions in B. And then bending at the 15th. And then he slides from 15 to 17 right into a full bend at the 17. Grabbing the 17 on the high E with my pinky. So sliding the 15 on the B string, 17 on the E, letting that bend on the 15 come down. So there I'm playing 15, 17, back to 15, bending up, doing this cool little 3-note run, 15, 16, 17 on high E, bending at 17 on E, 17 on B, and back to a bend on 17. So you can see, if you want to get it to sound like Joe, you got to study it a little bit because he approaches all the bends a little different, but that's the main idea. So there you have it. There's a few licks that I've chosen that kind of stood out for me in Joe Walsh's arsenal. Again, he's also a great slide player, a great rhythm player, so this is just the tip of the iceberg. But these are all cool licks that you could put in different keys and use in different songs, and Joe's influence could really be a help on your own playing.